June 18th, 2023, 9:30 a.m. 5 people entered a submersible called Titan. Their goal: explore the Titanic wreck, lying silently 100 years underwater. What should have been a few hours of adventure turned into one of the most shocking mysteries of modern times. At 3,810 meters deep, communication suddenly stopped. No signal, no contact, just the crushing pressure and absolute darkness of the abyss. The world held its breath, hoping for a rescue against impossible odds. Titan was not a traditional submarine. It was a submersible, a civilian craft completely dependent on its surface support ship. The Polar Prince, unlike a submarine, it had very limited power and could not stay underwater for long periods. Its design was experimental and, as we would later learn, highly controversial. The hull was a 5-inch thick cylinder of carbon fiber, a material chosen for its lightness, capped at each end by hemispheres of titanium. This combination had rarely, if ever, been used for a crewed submersible at these depths. The design also featured the largest viewport of any private deep-sea submersible, a 7-inch thick acrylic window, which itself was a point of concern for some experts, as it had only been certified to a depth of 1,300 meters. And the controls, famously, the submersible was piloted using a modified video game controller, a testament to the creators' belief in simplifying complex systems, but a detail that would later be scrutinized by the world. The 5 souls on board were a mix of adventurers, experts, and explorers. Hamish Harding, 58, a British billionaire and seasoned adventurer. He was no stranger to extreme environments, having been to space on Blue Origin's New Shepard rocket and holding 3 Guinness World Records, including the longest duration at full ocean depth. Paul Henry Nargeolet, 77, a former French naval commander and legendary deep-sea explorer known as Mr. Titanic. He was the director of underwater research for the company that owns the salvage rights to the Titanic and had completed over 35 dives to the wreck, knowing its secrets better than almost anyone alive. Shahzada Dawood, 48, a prominent Pakistani-British businessman from one of Pakistan's wealthiest families, and his son, Sulman Dawood, just 19 years old. Sulman was a university student who, according to his family, was initially hesitant but joined the trip to bond with his Titanic-obsessed father. And piloting the craft was Stockton Rush, 61, the CEO of OceanGate, the company that built and operated the Titan. He was a visionary and a risk-taker, passionate about opening up deep-sea exploration to the public. Communications stopped at 11:15 a.m., just 1 hour and 45 minutes into the dive. They were expected to resurface at 4:30 p.m. When they didn't, the clock started ticking on their estimated 96 hours of emergency oxygen. To understand the danger, we must understand the environment. Darkness begins to fall at just 200 meters, or 650 feet. By the time you reach the Titanic at 3,800 meters, you are in the midnight zone. There is no sunlight at all. The water temperature is a frigid for sea, and the pressure is unimaginable. Nearly 6,000 pounds per square inch, for 100 times the pressure at the surface. Any flaw, any weakness in the hull, would lead to an instantaneous, catastrophic failure. Inside, the Titan was cramped. It had 4 electric thrusters for maneuvering. The only toilet was a small box at the front, with a privacy curtain that had to be pulled while the other passengers turned away. GPS doesn't work at this depth. Communication was limited to short text messages sent via an acoustic link to the support ship. They were truly alone in the deep. When the Titan failed to resurface, a massive international rescue operation began. The search area was immense. 25,000 square kilometers of ocean surface, an area twice the size of the state of Connecticut, and nearly 4 kilometers deep. Aircraft from the US and Canadian Coast Guards, including a P-3 Orion equipped with sonar buoys, scanned the seas. A fleet of ships converged on the location, carrying advanced remotely operated vehicles, or ROVs. Then, on the 3rd day, hope flickered. The sonar buoys detected rhythmic banging noises from deep within the ocean, occurring at 30-minute intervals. Could it be the passengers, alive and signaling for help? The world watched, praying for a miracle. But the hope was short-lived. On June 22nd, an ROV named Odysseus, deployed from the ship Horizon Arctic, made a grim discovery. A debris field was found on the seabed, just 490 meters from the bow of the Titanic. The debris included the Titan's tail cone and its titanium end caps. The carbon fiber hull had shattered into countless pieces. The submersible had imploded. The 5 passengers were lost instantly, in less than a millisecond. The banging noises were likely just the sounds of other ships or natural ocean phenomena. An implosion is the opposite of an explosion, an instantaneous inward collapse, caused by immense external pressure. For the occupants of the Titan, there would have been no warning, no time to even register what was happening. The investigation immediately focused on the Titan's experimental design. It was revealed that OceanGate had been warned about potential safety issues for years. In 2018, the company's own director of marine operations, David Lockridge, was fired after he produced a report citing serious concerns. He warned that the carbon fiber hull needed more testing and that the acrylic viewport was not certified for the planned depths. That same year, the Marine Technology Society sent a letter to Stockton Rush, signed by dozens of industry leaders, warning that the company's experimental approach could lead to a catastrophic outcome. Stockton Rush had publicly dismissed these safety regulations, calling them a waste and an impediment to innovation. He believed his own real-time hull monitoring system was sufficient. Tragically, history repeated itself, just as the Titanic was deemed unsinkable. The Titan was considered by its creator to be a game changer. Both were undone by a combination of hubris and a failure to respect the power of the ocean. The Titan tragedy serves as a stark reminder. The pursuit of adventure without a deep respect for safety can be deadly. Regulations, often seen as burdensome, are written in the lessons of past failures. The ocean is a powerful, unforgiving frontier. We must explore it not with arrogance, but with humility. What would you do if you were on the Titan? Would you risk such an extreme adventure for a once-in-a-lifetime experience? And do you believe more regulation is needed for the growing industry of extreme tourism? If you found this story shocking and informative, please like, share, and comment below with your thoughts. Don't forget to subscribe for more true stories from the depths of our oceans and our history. Thanks for watching.